The SAA Blue Mask is a liquid latex solution which is designed for watercolour painting where you want to keep an area crisp white. The best way to use masking fluid, in my opinion, is to use some soap and dampen your brush and just put a bit of a coating of soap on your brush. First of all, not too much, just a little bit. This protects the hairs from the liquid when it dries, and wipe the excess off on the side of the water pot first and just apply the fluid in whatever shape. It could be a house or something like that. Let that dry naturally, and then every 30 to 40 seconds clean your brush and start again, soap and fluid if you need to. Once it's dry, masking fluid is very good because it lets you actually lay over a wash of colour. So for example, if I mix up some yellow and blue, which of course will give me green, this is aureolin and natural blue I'm using, and I can lay this over the top of this area, and then when it dries in a few minutes I can use my finger to remove the fluid. On this area I've masked off the white mask, which is a clear solution, which is quite nice because you can leave it on your paper. Some people prefer to use the white mask and leave it on as a white area. Some people prefer the blue mask because you can see where you're putting it and you then simply remove it. The masking fluid, when dry, will last probably a few days, and then you need to get it off because it can also stain your paper as well. If I lay this turquoise over the top of this, leave it to dry, we can create a bit of a ocean effect, and you can see how the fluid repels the actual paint. We'll come back to that very shortly when it's dried. So that's nice and dry. The blue fluid, very simply, just comes off with your finger, or some people using a razor to do this with, and you can see how crisp and clean that is. The clear fluid on this side can be left, or you can take it off. It's nice to add a little bit of detail to this, just working in one or two extra ripples, but you can see if I go darker around the fluid, of course, contrast kicks in and I'm seeing more detail on the actual ocean waves there. On the actual sheep to be, I want to use some nice natural grey, very thick, a little bit of water, and just using a nice dark colour, and just putting the head on one side there, for the sheep there, and then a bit of a shadow to the underneath of the sheep. Just natural grey is perfect for this. And then using a little bit of water, wipe it over the tissue. I can put a shadow on the sheep, and then I can just lightly soften into the actual body of the sheep there. And you can see how simple and effective masking fluid is. And really, for me, it's an essential part of watercolour painting.